Hello and welcome to this week's episode of AWS Cloud Bytes News. I'm your host Bhavesh Kumar. Friends, if you like these videos, please share, subscribe, and click the notification bell icon for future updates. Also, comment on topics you want me to cover for our architecture and certification series. Let's start with the first news. The first news is coming from AWS Region. There is a new AWS region in Asia Pacific. The new region in Jakarta, Indonesia is now open for immediate use. The official name of new region is Asia Pacific Jakarta, and the API name is AP-Southeast-3. This is the 10th region in Asia Pacific, including mainland China. With this launch, the AWS has now 84 availability zones within 26 geographic regions around the world. AWS has planned to include 24 more availability zones and 8 more AWS regions, namely in countries like Australia, Canada, India, Israel, New Zealand, Spain, Switzerland, and the United Arab Emirates. The map on the left side is Asia Pacific, and you can see these are the regions, and these are edge locations. Moving on to the next news headline. The next news is coming from Amazon Lex. Amazon Lex launches support for additional languages. Amazon Lex is a service for building conversational interfaces into any application using voice and text. It provides you deep learning powered automatic speech recognition for converting speech to text and natural language understanding to recognize intent of the text. Amazon Lex announces support for languages such as Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, and Mandarin Chinese. Moving on to the next news headline. Custom domain names for AWS AppSync APIs. Now, AppSync API is a fully managed service that makes it easy for us to develop GraphQL APIs by handling heavy lifting of securely connected data sources such as AWS DynamoDB, Lambda, and more. You can see a picture of AppSync over here, and you can see all the actors here. These are web apps, mobile apps, real-time dashboards, IoT devices, offline or Delta Sync. And AppSync combines data from databases, APIs, and other backend systems, and can provide you a single GraphQL endpoint that can be used to query based on whatever attributes are required by these consumers. AppSync features custom domain names that let customers use their own domain names with their AppSync APIs. Few of the steps that you need is you need a registered internet domain name to set up custom domain names for your AppSync APIs. If needed, you can register an internet domain by using Route 53 or a third-party domain registrar of your choice. You can request AWS Certificate Manager to generate a new certificate, or you can import a certificate that is existing and issued by a third-party certificate authority into the ACM. The third step you'll have to do is you have to go to the AppSync console and select custom domain names. AppSync creates the AppSync custom domain name that shows up. Two things that it shows up. One is the GraphQL endpoint and a real-time endpoint. Associate your custom domain name as fourth step with the AppSync API by selecting the button Associate an API or Update to proceed with the association. For Route 53, create a new record in the host zone to direct API call to the API, the custom domain name that you have given, example api.xyz.com, to AppSync domain name, which is abc.cloudfront.net, something like that. Moving on to the next news headline. The next news headline is coming from AWS Outposts. AWS Outposts is now available in 2 smaller form factors, and you can see the overall preparation of getting an AWS Outpost built. So you have a use case for sizing, then you submit an order, there's a validation, order approval, delivery and installation, and activation. So AWS Outposts 1U and 2U racks, mountable server are now generally available. Outpost servers provide local compute and networking service to edge locations that have limited space or smaller capacity requirements. Outpost servers are ideal for running workloads that need low latency and local data processing on premises, while providing seamless access to a broad array of AWS services in the cloud. Moving on to the next news headline. AWS Direct Connect announces 2 new locations in Indonesia. So if you look at the picture on the left side, you'll see there is a data center which talks to AWS Direct Connect, and there is a branch office that also talks to AWS Direct Connect location. Both of these locations are connected using AWS Backbone Network, and they are also connected to any other AWS region. So all this data is running on a high-speed AWS Backbone Network. AWS announced the opening of 2 new Direct Connect locations in Jakarta, Indonesia. AWS customers in Indonesia can now establish dedicated network connection from their Indonesia premises to AWS to gain high-performance secure access to other AWS regions, except regions in China. AWS Direct Connect enables you to create private connections between AWS and your data center, office, or co-location environment. These private connections can reduce your network cost, increase bandwidth throughput, and provide a more consistent network experience than connections over the public internet. And these locations are connected to each other in multiple regions through AWS Backbone Network. Moving on to the next news headline. The next news headline is coming from Amazon Lex launches support for AWS Cloud Formation. You can look at the picture of Amazon Lex. You have Amazon Lex over here that can build interfaces into application using voice and text. And you can see things it can perform. It can fulfill some actions. It can provide you some prompts. It can understand your utterances based on what you're requesting, like NY and New York. It can understand whether the intent was to look for a city by New York or NY or Big Apple or some kind of utterances which is maybe a local slang. It can understand your intent of what you're trying to find. You can build your bot and deploy, so this bot will have all this knowledge base and it can work on top of it. So Amazon Lex is a fully managed artificial intelligence service with advanced natural language models to design, build, test, and deploy conversational interfaces and application. Amazon Lex now supports AWS Cloud Formation, which is a great thing, allowing you to build your bots and organize Amazon Lex resources using Cloud Formation Stack templates. Now, the biggest benefit of having Cloud Formation Stack template is if you don't need a resource, you can just delete the whole stack set and you will get rid of all the resources that were created as part of that particular stack. So you don't have to go and clean up each and every single resource manually. Now, going on to the Lex. Lex is a service for building conversational interfaces into any application using voice and text. With Cloud Formation support, you can easily model resources on Lex v2 API, namely bot version, bot alias, and resource policy to provision resources quickly and consistently and manage them through their life cycles. That is the end of this week's episode. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell icon for future updates. This is your host, Bhavesh Kumar, signing off. Thank you.